My name is Jim Demetriou from Demetriou, Montano and Associates. We're tax specialists, but we're very specialized. We represent people and businesses who are in trouble with the IRS. Every one of our clients owes the IRS from $10,000 up to $2 or $3 million. Most clients always ask me about the offering compromise, or you've seen it on TV, pennies on the dollar. It looks like everybody who owes taxes gets the pennies on the dollar. Well, that's just not true. In 2010, the IRS only accepted 14,000 offers in compromise in all of the United States. That's only 300 or 400 per state. So in reality, the offer in compromise is very difficult to negotiate. First, it takes 6 months to a year to get through the IRS system, sometimes longer than a year. And it's based on very finite facts. Number one, the IRS looks at your assets. Do you have equity in those assets? Can you borrow on the assets? Or if it's an asset you don't need, can you sell the asset to pay your taxes? So the first thing they look at is your equity and assets. The next thing they look at is your monthly income and monthly expenses. They'll look at your paychecks and pay stubs and your bank statements to determine your average monthly income. Then they will look at your monthly expenses, your rent, your utilities, your car payment, your house payment, all of your monthly expenses that are necessary for the health and welfare of your family. But in some of those expenses, the IRS will only allow certain specific amounts. Your rent may be $2,000 a month, but they may only allow $1,000 a month. You may have a car payment that's $650 a month, but they will only allow $496 per month. You may have very high medical expenses, and they will allow all of them as long as you can prove all of those expenses. So some expenses have an allowable amount, some it's whatever you spend. They will compare this to your monthly income to see how much you have left over. You may have $100 a month left over, or $200 or $300 a month left over. But then, for an offer in compromise, they multiply that monthly amount by 48. So if you have $100 a month left over, that's $4,800 in an offer in compromise. If you have $200 a month left over, that's $9,600. That goes with that equity that we talked about that you may have to determine the offer in compromise amount. So as you can see, the offer in compromise is very difficult, and that's why the IRS doesn't grant very many of them each year. But if you do qualify, we will do the best we can to get your offer in compromise accepted. The worst thing to do is procrastinate. Pick up the phone today, call us today, so we can help you today.